Okay. I want to tell the other reason.
Go for it, Teddy.
What if they're wrong about the baby's gender? How can you know the baby's gender if you can't ask them their pronouns?
Hey Carissa, can you come here?
Hunter, I don't want to have a threesome with you and Jamal. You can stop asking.
No, it's not about that. Just come here. So, I was watching videos online, and considering we just had a kid, I think we should raise them gender neutral.
Hunter, just because your parents raised you that way doesn't mean we have to.
No, I'm just saying we should raise our kid without a gender. You know, why does pink have to be a girl color, and why does blue have to be a boy color?
I think that's pretty extreme, and plus we really don't want our kid to turn out like you. I mean, look at you. You're basically a scrawny cross between Rachel Maddow and a transvestite. You spend more time doing your hair than I do, and the last time you found me attractive was when I dressed up as Jack Black for Halloween. I mean, come on.
Does anyone care that I'm a proud mother?
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Teddy.
All right, grown-ups, we're doing a mini-series of Queer Kid Stuff episodes just for you, and today we're talking about gender reveals.
Blah, boo, hiss.
Queer Kid Stuff.
Today, the demon has returned from the bowels of hell to curse us with yet another rendition of incurable cancer. Queer Kid Stuff is back, this time with an episode designed for adults to explain the dangers of gender reveal parties. Considering I just had a kid, I figured this would be a great video for me to watch. And even though it's technically designed for adults, I thought I would watch this with my kid. That way she can be exposed to this purgatory and be prepared for this liberal BS as she gets older. Welcome to the video, Rose Reagan. Today we're going to be watching a video that came from your diaper. Roll the crap.
You ready, Teddy?
Ready.
Okay. Today, we're talking about gender reveal. What's wrong, Teddy?
I really hate gender reveals.
Well, I think Teddy is finally hitting puberty because he seems even more hormonal than his lesbian friend. I also love how this is meant to appeal to adults. However, it's still done in the same cringy, sort of childish manner. I guess it makes sense though. It'll appeal to liberals.
Whoa, Teddy. Hate is a pretty strong word. Let's back it up. Can you explain to the grown-ups what a gender reveal is?
Okay.
Has Lindsay gone even crazier since the last time I saw her Harry Potter looking butt? Does she honestly think parents are gonna be like, honey, let's take a break from watching Sex in the City and put on this Queer Kid Stuff episode? I'd like to watch a childless lesbian lecture me on how to raise my children, despite the fact that she can't even raise a stuffed animal without him looking hella suicidal.
Grown-ups have gender reveal parties when they're having babies and they want to tell people what gender the baby is. But babies don't know the right gender is a bad idea. I don't like it!
Deep breaths, Teddy.
Well, you know you're on the right side of the political spectrum when my newborn baby can construct a more coherent sentence than whatever this educational crap is. You also know you're on the right political spectrum when your opposition appears to be on a different kind of spectrum.
I just really don't like gender reveal parties.
I can see that. Let's break it down for everyone and talk about why gender reveal parties aren't that great. I'll start. Usually at these parties, grown-ups come with creative ways to reveal their baby's gender. Some people use balloons, some people cut into cakes, some people do this. But the concept is the same. They either reveal blue or pink, blue for a boy, pink for a girl.
And after decades of tradition, age-old memories, and harmless fun, this liberal has suddenly found it all to be just a little bit problematic.
Aww.
What's wrong, Teddy?
Colors don't have gender. Blue doesn't equal boy and pink doesn't equal girl. That's what's wrong. Ah!
Well, Teddy, for someone who doesn't believe in gender, You sure sound as stupid as a man and as whiny as a woman. As far as the actual argument being presented here, they're taking a very literal understanding. The pink or blue simply represent boy or girl, considering the fact that most girls like pink and most boys like blue. In fact, according to a study conducted in 2007, scientists analyzed 171 British adults and 37 recent immigrants from China as they selected color preferences out of 700 different color shades. They found that women had a significantly higher preference for blues with pink undertones. Some may argue this is simply cultural, but the Chinese immigrants who didn't grow up with pink toys had an even greater liking for pink hues, which could suggest female preferences towards pink are innate based on evolutionary traits. Of course, this doesn't mean women must like pink, but science has proven that women tend to lean towards pinkish hues. So I hate to break it to you, but color being gendered may be based far more on evolutionary traits than some ever-changing societal norms.
That's right. Grown-ups are putting gendered stereotypes and oppressive gender roles on fetuses. That's, not great.
You hear that, you wicked parents? Cutting a cake open and revealing the color is blue is suddenly oppression. Are we really claiming that parents who go along with the majority by raising their child with a gender and dressing them in pink or blue is now suddenly oppression? I mean, why are you people so dramatic?
Okay. I want to tell the other reason.
Go for it, Teddy.
What if they're wrong about the baby's gender? How can you know the baby's gender if you can't ask them their pronouns?
Okay, Chucky, calm down. You know, this might present like a cheesy little show, but this is actually a legitimate concern for members of the left. It's apparently now a jarring issue that we aren't waiting to ask babies their preferred pronouns. What are your pronouns? I'm a bigot. Transgender people make up a tiny minority, hardly substantial enough to renovate how we are raising children.
What Teddy's getting at is really, really important to understand. Gender isn't something you can figure out just by looking at someone. That applies to everyone, grown-ups, kids, and even babies. This is really important to think about when we're talking about being cisgender and transgender and non-binary.
This argument is based entirely on feeling and no fact. Women do indeed have physical, biological, and recognizable traits, as do men. You can almost always differentiate between who's a woman and who's a man in a physical sense. Sure, you might have some fairy tale of a gender that's invisible to the naked eye, but that's based entirely on feeling and emotion and not a grain of scientific fact.
So, since we can't ask babies their gender or pronouns, we guess their gender, and gender reveal parties are all about those guesses. We make a huge deal about a guess that might not actually be correct.
What if your baby ends up being trans or non-binary?
For the sake of argument, let's concede your point. My kid grows up to be transgender or non-binary or something. All these gender reveal parties do is reveal the biological traits of the child. Even if they decide later on that they're transgender, they still at that time were either a boy or a girl. Even more so, far often than not, these biological traits do indeed dictate the gender of the child. And again, a tiny percentage of people identifying outside of male or female is no reason to change parenting that's been proven successful throughout history.
Then your gender reveal party was wrong, and you made a big deal out of their gender and did the gender role and stereotype stuff, and it's just,
Good argument.
So now maybe you understand why Teddy gets so frustrated when it comes to gender reveal parties, and why we really don't think they're that great.
Can't people just throw "it's a baby" parties?
This kind of defeats the purpose of a gender reveal party, doesn't it? I mean, what's supposed to happen? The mom cuts open the cake and finds out she's not fat, she's pregnant? Like, what?
You can check out our merch store at TeePublic for some sweet onesies. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what we do, you can support us via PayPal or become a monthly patron like those folks over there.
Thank goodness it's over. And shame on all those degenerates for donating their money they make from prostitution on this horrible show. She did mention onesies, however, so I think maybe I'll check them out. After all, I don't want to be an oppressive parent. Love wins. You know what else wins? Trump. Queer. Why does the flower have to be pink? I don't know my gender yet, but you can use she. And I don't know I'm suicidal yet, but you can use the Glock. Well, there you have it. Another Queer Kid Stuff video debunked by me and my trusty sidekick. Please give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks everyone for watching. Peace. Perfect timing!